Hello guys, I swear if you are coming from Caribbean or Jamaica, this is a message for you. It's about PM Mia Mottley. She came out and really embarrassed Jamaican leaders and also Caribbean leaders about corruption and crime scene. So kindly guys, before I dive in, let's watch this video until the end and then I come back with the more comment.
All the time, who sees us and who hears us. We continue to be confronted by problems of blacklisting, which pale into insignificance when compared to climate change, but which destroy our financial sector. The illicit flow of weapons, such that the ease with which people can go into public spaces and shoot and kill others is now regarded as just another item on the news because we promote profit in the manufacture and trade of guns and weapons, of non-communicable diseases that strike down our people in the most insidious of ways because we allow diets that promote the prosperity of a few multinational corporations to become the norm of the day with the food that we eat and the lives that we live. And in the case within our own community, Belize and Guyana continue to face challenges to their territorial integrity. I suppose people feel that because we have talked so long about Belize and Guyana and Cuba, that we can continue to talk about climate change and these other things, and that it is okay for it to be another tick on a UN General Assembly speech. These are all threats to our stability, to the people's stability in our lands. But you know, since last we met, there are other instances and circumstances, not of our making, that may yet destabilize us. And we say it over and over, but we ask who is listening. And you know, we don't come with tales of woe only. The Caribbean has produced excellence. It really has. Nobel laureates, sportsmen who have excelled and are the best in the world of their type, artists, the best in the world of their type, leaders who have inspired previous generations and current generations. We don't come here as a proud people asking for handouts. We don't want and will not be mendicant. What we want, no, what we need is fiscal and policy space. Fiscal and policy space to achieve sustainable development, to be nimble, to adapt, and to innovate in ways that allow us to be true and faithful to the task of bringing prosperity to our people, or as in the theme of this General Assembly, to eradicate poverty, to educate our people, to include all such that there's not some outside and some inside. We want an international order equally that recognizes that there must be different policy prescriptions to suit the circumstances that we all have. And we can still be friends, small and large, north and south, Christian, Hindu, Muslim, all different races, all genders. An equitable and just international order that is truly built on the principles of justice and fairness for all and not just for some. A United Nations that recognizes that as 74 years old we must be able to have difficult conversations as mature people and solve them. Many in the developing world were persuaded or required to abandon policies that were designed for the majority of our population to be transformed. And those policies were fashioned to adopt a consensus that was settled in Washington, D.C. and named thereafter. And that ultimately, regrettably, was about the consolidation of wealth in the hands of a very few. That's why we have seen the growing inequality that we have seen in the world over the last few decades. That is why too many people over the world have become cynical about governments and about the benefits that they can bring to them. The fueling of the greed of a few threatens to undermine what little gains we have made since independence. And we judge ourselves harshly because independence is a recent phenomenon for us. Others who have taken 150 years to get where they have gotten are still stumbling and falling. And you want to judge those who have had less than 50 or 60 years to operate in a world that has not been made in their image and that does not reflect their interests. This is the fate, my friends, of simply too many. And Mr. President, despite our small size, the 14 countries of the Caribbean community have been able to play leadership roles of international import. I can't stand here today without talking about St. Vincent and the Grenadines, that has become the smallest nation of the world ever to be elected to the Security Council to sit on it. We are proud of them. In addition, and I want to speak to this, because when CARICOM was confronted with the unfolding situation in Venezuela, I accompanied the then chairman of CARICOM, the Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, as well as the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, to meet in this building with the UN Secretary General in January of this year. And we met with many delegations, and some said we were wasting our time, and some said the time for talk was already over. And we said then, as we say almost 9 months later, the time for dialogue, the time for talk, my friends, can never be over in a world that wants peace and prosperity. We don't take sides, but what we know is that you cannot propel war over dialogue. The people of Venezuela must be allowed to decide their own future in accordance with the principles of the United Nations Charter. Principles of non-intervention, non-interference, prohibition of the threat or use of force, respect for the rule of law, human rights, and democracy. It is regrettable that other multilateral organizations have not followed their own charters. And that is what makes the actions of our Secretary General of the UN more laudable, for refusing to breach his own charter and take actions even though member states have hurled into the recognition of those unelected. Our Caribbean Sea must remain a zone of peace, and for that we shall fight. Mr. President, I speak plainly and without fear, because from independence, Barbados' foreign policy has been premised on the simple principle of friends of all, satellites of none. Barbados, therefore, has always remained and will remain proud to have Cuba as a treasured friend.
Hello guys, welcome back. I hope you have watched that powerful message from Barbados Prime Minister. She is called Mottley. Mottley, she has really come out and embarrassed all the Jamaican leaders, because Jamaican leaders, they have becoming a corruption in Caribbean countries, because most of the Caribbean countries are really corrupt. Jamaicans are really corrupt. Leaders are failing their people, and Jamaica being the only country that's left across all the world, it has leaders are really failing this country. This country is a unique country, but it has come along that the leaders, they have come a corrupt. They have also come to be a puppet to white people. They are not helping the Jamaicans. And so guys, Hope you have watched that video very well, and let's interact in the comment section how you really how have you listened this message from the Barbados leader. She's the only leader in Caribbean that is talking, but other leaders are silent. Jamaican prime minister are silent. He has becoming a puppet to West countries. Chinese are taking over the Jamaica, but he's really not talking about because when now you go to Jamaica, people are crying. There's no any facilities in Jamaica. Education is failing. Health center is failing because of the corruption, because of most taxation of money. Most of the taxes went to corruption. So I want us to read some of the comments from you guys about this Mia Mottley. So this one is talking about these Jamaican leaders and criminals, and we the people must get them out. We are tired of Andrew and the criminal organization of the Jamaican government. This one is talking about the criminals that is in Jamaica, because in Jamaica you will find that so many gangs are just killing innocent people in a street. They are killing millions of each and every year. People are dying because of the criminal. And when you just want to eradicate the poverty, it's all about create the opportunity, because Chinese are operating in Jamaica, but it's not or they are not employing the Jamaicans. So that's why you will find so many Jamaicans are flocking outside, and that's why so many criminals and it is happening in Jamaica. Another one is that I love this leader. I love for more sensible women leader in the Caribbean. We have had male leaders. Let's support women and wisdom. This is the just a lady. She is a woman, and we have so many male leaders in Jamaica, but they are in Caribbean, but they are not talking. But this is the fearless leader. She is a woman, but she's really taking the Caribbean to another level. She's really exposing those male corrupt leaders. So I pray that we have so many Mia Mottley in Jamaica, because in Miyamoto in Jamaica, because when you have Miyamoto in Jamaica, they will really take Jamaica to another level. Another person is talking about I am a Jamaican, and I agree with your perspective on the situation in Jamaica pertaining to our puppet leaders, past and present. Miyamoto, for better for worse, speaks the truth about the UN and the manner in which they interact with the. So this one is talking about the also the Miyamoto about taking about the UN, exposing those mindset of white countries, because these white countries, they normally game with some of these fake things, and even they explore our resources, and our leaders, they have also coming to be the sellout. So this one is talking about the Mia Motley to expose those leaders. So this one is talking about in Guyana we need a leader who is worthy to walk alongside this great leader. So Guyana, they also want a leader like Mia Motley. Another one is talking about I'm from Jamaica. I support the freedom of Africa. So this one is talking about the freedom. Barbados must be proud of their prime minister. I agree with this man. Barbados, you must be really proud of their leader. She's a fearless leader. So this one is talking about well-spoken great prime minister. She speaks with intelligence. I love to listen to her. She has great words in her speech. Very intelligent and praises you, Mia. So this one is praising about Mia Motley. This one is talking about the problem we have in Caribbean is about our corrupt leaders. Check out the situation in St. Kitts and Nevis, where a law called the Special Sustainable Zone Act of 20 was passed. So this one is talking about the some passing of the law. So this one is talking about powerful women of Barbados, PM Mutely, strong women. This one is talking about God and time. God will act and the time will tell, nothing's forever. This one talking about he decided to start praying for Jamaica. This one's talking about these ladies are champion, fearless, and honestly about the state of the Caribbean. So this one's talking about this Mottley being a champion for the fighting for the rights of Jamaicans. And this one is talking about no one can stop us now, but I was let him think, yes bro, thank you. This one is saying thank you so much for always coming and bring you video in this channel. So this one is talking about international hero Lafi Mottley. So this one is talking about international heroes like Mottley, and here in Africa we have somebody called Ibrahim Traore, and then it's many. So thank you so much for watching me, and please remember to subscribe to this channel, like, and also comment. Thank you so much for always coming back and watch my video. Bye for now.